Thank you. Welcome. That's just my traditional way of introducing my lesson. Today we are talking about something different. Welcome once more. This is subtopic 1.2, and we're talking about water conservation measures. Now, the objective of this subheading or subtopic: 1. You should be able to explain the meaning of the word surface runoff. You should be able to explain the meaning of the word surface runoff. Secondly, you should be able to list down various damages caused by surface runoff. That is objective number 2. You should be also be able to tell us the structures that are used to collect surface runoff and conserve water, all the structures that can be used to collect and conserve surface runoff water. Then lastly, you should be able to give the importance of conserving water in farming. What is the importance of conserving water in farming? So those are the objectives of this lesson. Those are the things you should be able to know at the end of the lesson. So I will start by defining or giving the meaning of the word surface runoff. But before I give the exact meaning, I would like us to go through the introductory part, which they are telling us that during the rain season we have a lot of water which flows into rivers and other water bodies like lakes, streams, in the form of what we call surface runoff, and this water moves into lakes and oceans. So in other words, before even I define what is surface runoff, explain the meaning of surface runoff, we are being told that surface runoff only comes after there is rainfall, after there is rain. So what is surface runoff? Surface runoff is the water flowing on the ground after a heavy rainfall. Water that flows on the surface or on the ground after a heavy rainfall or even during a heavy rainfall. Now, we are told the water can be conserved and used during the dry season. So what is water conservation measures? In simple words, water conservation measures are actions taken to ensure water is retained to be used in future. I hope you are getting me well. I'm defining or giving the meaning of the words water conservation or water conservation measures. and these are actions taken to ensure water is retained. We are left with water, it does not get lost. To ensure water is retained so that we can use it in the future or for future use. And the water, we are told, can be used for farming during the dry season. I think that's the main reason for conserving water, so that we can use it for farming during the dry season or when it's dry spell. Now, when there is surface runoff, there is a lot of damage that is caused by the surface water that's flowing. Now, how do we know the damages caused by surface water or surface runoff? Surface runoff causes a lot of damage to property if not properly collected. So, some of the damages, as I had told you earlier, some of the damages caused by surface runoff include the following. 1. Surface runoff causes what we call soil erosion. Soil erosion. Everybody knows water is one of the main agents that causes soil erosion. But this water that flows is what we call surface runoff. It flows during and after a heavy rainfall, or during and after heavy rainfall. It causes soil pollution, soil erosion, that's the first damage. The second is flooding. Water flows and covers the ground for a period of time, and it affects the normal activities like movement and other things. So, the second effect of surface runoff, or the second damage, is flooding. Flooding is dangerous. It causes death of animals, destruction of property and life. The third damage of surface runoff is destruction of crops. If surface runoff is in large amount, it ends up damaging crops in the farm or in the field. Then the last damage is destruction of infrastructure. Infrastructure are structures we use, such as roads, buildings and others. So those are the damages caused by surface runoff. Now, to correct surface runoff, the following structures can be used. 1. We can use water retention ditches. We can use earth basins. We are going to look at this some time ahead. We can use water retention pits. We can use dams. I hope you know dams. We can use reservoirs, and we can use what we call weirs. So these are structures used to collect surface runoff. As I finish up, this is a very common question. Importance of conserving water in farming. How does a farmer benefit from conserving water? Why is it beneficial to conserve water? What's the importance of conserving water? What are the reasons we should conserve water for farming or in farming? This is a very common question. So 1, surplus or excess. Surplus means excess. Now, excess water can be conserved and used when there is scarce in the farm. Scarce means there is no enough. So this water, like the surface runoff, we can conserve it and use it when there is little amount to use. That's the meaning of scarce. Secondly, conserving water reduce the cost of farming. Somebody will ask you, Mwalimu, what does that mean? Conserving water reduce the cost of farming. In some areas, especially the dry ones, farmers have to purchase water and other equipment to help them in irrigation. So that means the cost of production is high. They use money, a lot of money, to produce or to do what we call farming. So when we conserve water, the farmers will no longer purchase water or buy water to use it in irrigation. So the cost of production will have reduced. Therefore, conserving water reduces the cost of farming. This is because money that would be used to buy water in the farm is saved. The money is saved because there is water which will be used during that time. Point number 3, the third point, conserving water ensures availability of water for human life and livestock, which is very true. When we conserve water, we don't allow water to be lost. That means it will be available for human beings and livestock for normal use. So conserving water ensures it is available for human and livestock. Point number 4, we are told a lot of water is wasted during rain season. So as farmers, there is no need of allowing water to be wasted. So we can conserve water so that it is not wasted during rainy season. The last point is rainwater, which forms runoff after heavy downpour, is prevented from damaging property. One of the damages caused by surface runoff, we said it damages property. Things like our houses, farm structures, roads and farm stores and all that. They are damaged by what we call surface runoff. So when we do what we call conservation of water, that means we will have prevented surface runoff from damaging property because we are directing it to safe places or safe place where it can be retained, where it can be kept for future use. Therefore, it will no longer flow and cause damage to roads, cause damage to farm structures and other infrastructure. I hope you have understood me very well. So thank you for attending today's lesson and thank you for supporting me. Next time we will be looking at what we call methods used to conserve surface runoff. The water that flows after rain, how can we conserve it? Methods used to conserve surface runoff. So I'll take you back to where we started so that you can go through yourself. Thank you so much. you.